Well, hello. Today I thought I would do a hard word, a hard concept, because it can mean different things. It can mean like people, animals, and objects. And that word is resilient or they are resilient, resilience. Can't get it out. And that has many definitions. And one of the definitions, like if it's a thing, right, an object. For example, like an electrical wire that normally is all curled up and you stretch it out, and if it can go back to its normal, that's resiliency. An animal can have, like if they're put into like bad water and then you move them into good water or they're accustomed to, they can adjust and go forward. They're resilient. But for people, an emotional resilient, and I'm going to spell it before I show you some signs, resilience. And you could sign it tough. Oh, they're tough. They're resilient, right? If you're thinking about that, they're tough. They can go back. If they have a problem, they can go back to normal. Or if they've had some sort of addiction and they fall down, they can come back up. They can improve again. So those are resilience. I like it's not like it's an easy sign, right? It's a concept, that word, resilient. And so I really like the, oh man, it's been tough, 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 tough. It's finished. Those tough times have finished. That person can stand up and then move forward. And notice the facial expressions. Tough, 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 tough. Finish. Stand up and move forward. Have a smile on your face and everything's positive and rosy, right? That is really the meaning. And when you look up the definition of resilience, that it's these three things: a person or an animal or a thing. It can go back to normal. It can just move forward. You could say, oh, that person's tough, or you could say, oh, they've endured so much and they go forward. But I really like the tough, 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 finish, stand up, oh, and they go forward, because that's really, I think, the meaning when we say that, when we say, oh, people are resilient. Yeah. Or, oh, that person, oh, they've had some tough time struggles and then they are resilient, right? They go forward as normal. They don't allow that to get them down. So tough, 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 tough times finish. Oh, they just stand up and then they move forward, right? They go forward. You could do this, but this is really because they progress and go forward and go back to their normal state. You could say, oh, problems and able to go back to normal. You could do that. But that's what I really like. So maybe you want to practice that tough, 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 finish, stand up, and move forward. And make sure your face expression has changed as well. Now, I do have a list of some things that cause people to go downward, right? And if they have resilience, they can go back up. What stops them from moving forward, right? And it's to blame other people, right? They excuses. Oh, I can't. They just make excuses, right? Rebel. This is the sign for rebel. Now we've done that for protest, rebel, but you wouldn't use that if someone's rebelling. You would do this to rebel because they're this way and then they got the opposite. It's their head, right? Or they complain all the time. Oh, they complain, 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 complain. Never change, never do anything different or positive. So complain, complain. Oh, they're finding fault, criticizing. I'm doing an X. I'm drawing an X on my hand. Find fault or to criticize, 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 criticize. To doubt or doubt, you can do. I see it all the time. Sometimes in the same conversation, I do that a lot. You can doubt something or you doubt something. So either one. To give up, you have something in your hand and then you just give it up. You can also use that the sign for sacrifice, but this usually is sacrifice, and you're laying something here, such as an altar. That's more religious type of um, sacrifice, or you can just I sacrificed doing something. But this most of the time is giving up. They just gave up. Make sure that your facial expressions kind of connect with it. So if you're sacrificing like recently we had Lent, so people like they sacrifice different things, they give up something. But if a person is just giving up, they just give up, right? So it's a little bit different. It's the way you do your body and your facial expressions. The next is procrastinate. We all do that, right? So we have our F hand shapes, and I'm right-handed. So if you're left-handed, you do the same thing. So, and you're going to postpone. See, it goes postpone. You procrastinate. I'm doing it with my left hand too. So now, if you were going to move a schedule up, you might do it with both. But this is to procrastinate. You're putting off, putting off, putting off, procrastinating. Get angry. You can do angry this way, like, because these are your emotions. That's why emotion, the sign for emotion is here, and this is why complain is here. You can get angry. I use 3 claw hands. Get angry. That rage that goes up into your face. I see this a lot. Get angry, and it's usually that emotion where you get red in the face, not embarrassed, but you're the anger. So anger, anger, you may see it a different way as well, but those are the 2 things that come to mind. Um, you indulge in self-pity. It's like, oh, pity, pity me. Or you could do this. This means to feel sorry, or oh, I'm so sorry, right? But if you do it to yourself, then it's self-pity. And you could do it with both hands, or you could do it with one hand. Doesn't really matter. So it is the 5-hand shape to almost to an 8. So an open 8 is what it's called. And so you just pity, 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 self-pity. And so then the next one is indulge in, allow fear to control your emotions. So, oh, they were just scared all the time. You allow fear to control what you do. So scared they can't do anything. Fear freezes your actions. Fear, fear. And so fear, allow control. Allow fear, allow control. That's what I would do. Let, allow. Fear, allow control. Fear controls you, right? And then the last one is self-justify. So to justify something is just, like, oh, I can reason into that. I'm doing this because, and so you reason, or it's like, well, I'm doing this because, and you can justify, or this is to make equal, but this is to justify. And so we can justify anything, right? Um, but I would do like, oh, I can self excuse or self reason for self. I make excuses, or so really when you self justify, those are the same things we've already learned, that, well, you can reason within yourself that you can do or you can't do. So it's the same as like making excuses. So self-justify, I would do reason within yourself why can't do, or why do something. Anyway, so I hope y'all learned something so about the reasons that cause us to not be resilient, and the reasons why we right, that we can become that resilient and go back to normal. So you see those different signs for that word resilience And if you do it backwards, like for some reason, I don't know why I did it backwards this way. And I think it's because I was thinking about um, um, wrong, but I didn't mean that one. So sometimes your mind will cause your hands to do something else, right? So it's ba 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 ba, finish, stand up, and you move forward. Or you can go downwards and then you improve again. Or you can be tough, or you can just ah, right? So there's different ways to show that same concept that you were improving, getting better, or going back to normal. So practice and listen to different sentences, and I will see you later. Bye.